the greatest strength often lies not in words or in outward displays of power, but in silence and observation. Bruce Lee taught that the most dangerous person is not the one who shouts, but the one who listens, thinks, and observes. Silence is not a weakness. It is a sign of intelligence and discipline. To listen carefully, to watch before acting, and to think before speaking gives a person the ability to make better decisions and to avoid unnecessary mistakes. In a world filled with noise, those who can remain silent and attentive stand out as true masters of themselves, using calm as a hidden weapon of great power. True mastery begins with self-control and the ability to govern the mind. Anger is a poison that first destroys the one who holds it. To stay calm when challenged, to control anger instead of letting it control you, is one of life's greatest strengths. Bruce Lee emphasized that if others can provoke you into anger, they have already won. A wise person, however, remains steady, refusing to give away their inner balance. The ability to control the mind and emotions is the foundation for achieving greatness, because the strongest warrior is the one who conquers himself before conquering the world. Wisdom is not a destination, but a continuous path of learning. Bruce Lee reminded us that even a foolish question can teach more than silence. The wise remain humble, knowing that knowledge is infinite, while the ignorant believe they already know everything. Real intelligence is keeping the mind open and willing to learn from anyone at any time. Experience is often the hardest teacher, giving the test first and the lesson afterward. But it is precisely this process that shapes character. Every mistake carries a hidden lesson, and those who are willing to learn grow stronger with each step. Respect and truth are two pillars without which no life can stand firm. Bruce Lee taught that love cannot survive without respect, and no future can exist without honesty. Being honest with yourself is one of the greatest exercises of the mind, for self-deception is the seed of failure. Respecting others, as well as yourself, builds strong relationships and trust. Truth spoken today prevents collapse tomorrow, while lies only create fragile foundations destined to break. Respect and truth walk together, forming the moral ground on which character and lasting legacy are built. Among the most powerful virtues are patience and perseverance. Bruce Lee believed that even a stone can be cooked with patience, and that running water never grows old because it keeps flowing. Success comes to those who endure. Patience teaches us to wait for the right moment, while perseverance pushes us to continue despite difficulties. Most people give up just before they reach the goal, not realizing that perseverance is the key to breakthrough. Discipline may feel harsh in the present, but it builds strength for the future. Failure is not the end, but a disguised teacher. Each attempt is a step forward, and those who persist eventually transform trials into triumphs. Self-acceptance and self-knowledge are at the core of wisdom. Bruce Lee declared that when you accept yourself, the whole world accepts you. Acceptance does not mean resignation, but rather understanding your own strengths and weaknesses with honesty. When we stop seeking approval from others, we free ourselves from the prison of judgment and comparison. This acceptance creates inner peace and strengthens confidence. Self-knowledge allows us to make wiser decisions because we are guided by clarity instead of doubt. Power and character arise when we truly know ourselves, and from this foundation, the world becomes easier to face. Solitude, often feared, is actually a source of power and growth. Bruce Lee explained that a wise man can be found alone, while the weak always need a crowd. Solitude does not mean isolation, but learning to find strength in your own company. Many fear silence because it forces them to face their inner thoughts. Yet it is precisely in these moments that the greatest insights emerge. Solitude allows reflection, self-discovery, and the cultivation of resilience. If you can survive and thrive on your own, you can withstand any challenge. To embrace solitude is to embrace growth, and from silence comes the strength to rise above the noise of the world. Failure is never final. It is a vital part of success. Bruce Lee believed that falling again and again is better than never trying. Each failure carries lessons that prepare us for greater challenges. The only true failure is giving up. Pain itself is temporary, and once it teaches what it must, it fades away. Every obstacle has meaning, and those who choose to learn from pain transform it into wisdom. Life is built on cycles of effort, mistakes, and victories. To embrace failure as a teacher is to unlock resilience and discover that success is simply the result of failing, learning, and trying again without surrender. The greatest treasure we possess is our mindset. A negative mind will never produce a positive life. Everything begins in thought. If you believe something is impossible, you have already limited yourself. But if you believe in yourself, you are already halfway to success. Mindset shapes attitude, and attitude shapes destiny. Those who keep faith in dark times, who hold on to positivity when everything seems against them, are the ones who rise above circumstances. Bruce Lee's wisdom teaches us that attitude is the compass that directs our lives. A resilient, determined mind turns barriers into opportunities and dreams into reality. Finally, Bruce Lee reminded us not to pray for an easy life, but for the strength to endure a difficult one. Strength, discipline, and resilience are the true foundations of greatness. Discipline may be hard today, but it builds freedom and victory tomorrow. Resilience allows us to rise after every fall, carrying forward not weakness but greater strength. True power is not in avoiding problems but in facing them with courage. Discipline is the key to mastery, and resilience is the secret to survival. Together, they forge character and create the strength to turn pain into growth and challenges into lasting victories.